And now we'll take a look at a kind of lesser known brand of vac. We're going to take a look at this Fairfax, which, if you can't already tell, uses a peripheral bypass motor. We have the intake for the motor cooling here, and the exhaust for it comes out here. On the back, we have the exhaust for the cleaning air, and it would usually have this big red, almost mushroom-shaped thing that would come off the back of it called the filterizer, but mine broke. It was broken when it arrived, and then I tried super gluing that crack, but that didn't work so well. And it looks like they're now using Filter Queen dollies as a replacement part. So, unlike the other bypass machines I have, this one is bagged. Now, they do have their own bags, but I read on Vacuum Land that you could use a Kenmore 5055 or the C and Q bag. So I figured, I already have those, that'll be the easier way to go, so we're just going to do that. You can use them bagless by using a flat paper filter or cellulose filter, whatever. Like Silver King used to do, but I'd much rather have the convenience of a bag. And we have two little pins in here for those notches to go into. Now it's a little rusty in there, so I'm just gonna pause. And I've seen these come with both wire-enforced hoses as well as these crush-proof ones. And the funny thing about the crush-proof is this appears to be the same hose that was used on like some of the older Miele canisters, as well as Lindhouse canisters, the HF6 specifically, because it has the power port on the front. And then when this arrived, this piece here was actually disconnected from it, and it does have a 35 millimeter connection, so they took a European hose and attached a 1.25" coupling to it, and I just thought that was funny. And then let's look at the power head. It's a Eureka head. And this one, I've seen them both with the Vibra-Groomer 3, or Vibra-Groomer 2, as well as just the standard wood strip with brushes. So, this one has the 2 in it. So now that we have our little overview done, worth mentioning, these had the flexibility of being a shampooer. They had a system that was similar to like the Rainbow Aquamate 1 or one of the old Bissell shampooers, where you would plug in a water supply line to your sink, and then, it had the supply line that was like 50 feet or whatever that you would run, and then you would use this to pick up the water. And these had a special float valve, which you would place into the assembly here, and then it just had this little ball that would close off the suction when it was full. So, kind of neat, but not really practical. But I suppose, it helped them market it as a home cleaning system or whatever. But I think we should get on with the testing here. So I'm going to plug this into the wand so we can get the wattage with the power nozzle on. Now let's turn on the main motor. Now we'll turn the power head on. And then we'll start off by taking the airflow measurements at the base. suction reading. Well, that's interesting. Makes me wonder. Alright, so we got the hose laid out straight, so now we'll test the airflow at the end of the hose. Up a little bit. Now for the suction. It's a pretty good hose seal. And now the end of the wand. Keeps rising. Doesn't seem to be moving anymore, so let's move on. And once again, the suction. Yeah, definitely have lost a little bit more now. Because, you know, we have the wand connections and then the button locks. Before doing the test on this, I'm not sure this is going to work out that well, because there's I'm going to guess it has to do with its wheel system. But there is quite a bit of play in here. So I'm just going to go ahead with this and hope we get something pretty accurate out of it. So we'll first take the flow measurement. Well, I have to admit that's better than I expected. Doesn't seem like we're going to get much more out of it, though. So why don't we just go ahead and move on to the suction. Oh. Huh. Just to make sure that didn't... Okay. It seals sometimes a little tighter to the box when we do that. So... Alright. Okay. Turn the brush roll on. Well, okay. All right. And as mentioned, my holder is broken, so I have to do it this way again. For now. But yeah, let's get this started up. Little bit of agitation. So yeah, I mean, it's not a particularly powerful machine, but you know, I've noticed that anything with a bypass motor tends to be a little bit, it seems like they're not quite as efficient in terms of their like numbers per their wattage. And you know, part of it's because they have to overcome the additional resistance of drawing air in from the back end too. So it's going to be that. It's not a bad machine. It's pretty cool looking, but